Hello again, gamers. This is Kenning from Fuzzlebucket with another installment of Hearthstone. I hope everyone's having a great Christmas vacation. I know I am. I've had a little extra time off, so I figured I'd do some bonus content. And in my time off, I was doing some forum reading, trying to bump up my ladder ranking. And of course, we all see all the mages everywhere. And I didn't want to do a mage. It seems like a lot of people are doing mages and priests. And so I was looking through iHearthU.com on the forums there, and I found a Paladin deck that's pretty amazing. It was posted by Jeagle, and I will have a forum link and the deck list posted in the description below. Essentially, this deck is built to last, pretty much. Let me run over it real quick here. 2 humilities, of course, changing your minion's attack to 1. 2 noble sacrifices. I've learned that this card is absolutely amazing, and I'm really glad I've learned how to use this. Your Argent Protector, of course, gives you your divine shields. Now, Doomsayer is not in the original deck list. This is just something I added because this has a very, very big weakness to your rush decks. For some reason, Warlock, Murloc decks are just slaughtering me with this. So I put in the Doomsayer, and since then I've kind of stopped the slaughterfest, if you will. Doesn't always work, of course. If it dies before your next turn, it won't trigger. But it's helped out quite a bit because the only other mass removal is Consecration, and every time I go up against a Warlock Murloc deck, I draw 0 Consecration cards. I don't know what it is. It was just absolutely annoying. Anyway, 2 Fairy Dragons, 2 Knife Jugglers, 2 Swords of Justice, 2 Eldor Peacekeepers, a Blood Knight. This is something I added in because of all the divine shields in this deck and the tendency of other players to put in some type of divine, Argent Squire, or excuse me, especially against another Paladin. It's a +3/3 for every divine shield you take out. That's pretty powerful. Harvest Golem, 2 of those. 2 True Silver Champions, 2 Blessing of Kings, 2 Consecrations, 2 Defender of Argus, a Faceless Manipulator. I don't believe this is in the original deck. It might be. If it wasn't, I would have put it in anyway because I just love this card. It's a 5 cost, and you can copy anything you want, whether it's your card, their card. I don't run any legendaries in here, so of course that can technically be a legendary. Sunwalker for that Divine Shield and Taunt. Guardian of Kings, which restores 6 health to your hero. It also puts a 5/6 on the board. And Lay on Hands, which gives you another 8 health, and you draw 3 cards. So this deck is built to last. It is definitely a mid to late game deck. This is why there's so many heals and in the here along with oh good lord. Ooh, where's that Christmas eggnog? You got the 2 heals in here along with your True Silver Champions. You really will take some hits early on. It's just a given. As a matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and queue up a game, and I'll show you exactly how this plays out. Or at least how I hope it will play out. Alright, well, we've queued into a battle with another Paladin. This should be quite interesting. Well, the Doomsayer we're going to toss for now. The Sword of Justice I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep the Harvest Golem. And unless it's a miniatures deck of some sort, I think I'm going to toss a Consecration. I'm not going to do any board clear early on, most likely. So what am I? Okay, well, 2 Swords of Justice. That's a little overkill. We will use them, however. And Defender of Argus. He draws a Light's Justice. Okay, interesting. Lay on Hands. Well, it's nice to know we have it in our hand, because we may very well need it. We're not going to coin into anything right now, and we're just going to pass the turn. His deck is slow to start, and going against another Paladin, this could be a very long match. I've had some extremely long matches, pretty much down to exhausting decks. Okay, we took 1. And a Humility. Again, not the cards we're needing right now. I think I will coin into my Light's Justice, however. Excuse me, Sword of Justice. And pass And their next play is probably going to be our Harvest Golem, Razorfen Hunter. Okay, starting to load up the board a little bit. Need to make sure we can handle that. And yeah, why don't we go ahead and throw out our Harvest Golem. Now I could sacrifice one durability, but really that's kind of a waste of the weapon. I mean, every durability is essentially like +1/+1 for everything you play. It starts off, that's 5 +1/+1s. I have used it to take care of something with 1 health before in particular situations, but that's just generally not a good idea. And he's buffing up his... Let's see, was it 5/3, 4/3? Okay. Well, we have a Humility, and we're definitely going to be using it because we do not want to take 6 damage. So, we don't have an Aldor Peacekeeper in our hands, so we're not going to do that. It looks like we will... Actually, this will work out quite well. Change his attack down to 1. We'll give him a Divine Shield. And I'm going to pop my Noble Sacrifice right now. I'm going to take care of his ghoul. Pass the turn. Now, this Noble Sacrifice will actually be a 3/2 defender, which should be quite handy as soon as he tries to push some damage through. He tries to do it himself. Wow. Okay then. Well, with 1 health, that does make sense. It's a good removal. It didn't buff up the defender. Okay, it did. And he's still alive because, well, oh boy. Having the Knife Juggler out would have been absolutely great. I think we're going to need a Defender of Argus here. Although I want that Knife Juggler out, I'm just going to have to wait. It's better used on a 3/3, and that's just not going to give us enough. So we will buff him up. Give ourselves 2 taunts. And let's not kill off our damaged golem, so let's take care of him that way. Everyone there. Thanks for your service, buddy. And pass the turn. So we're kind of running out of options for our next turn. We could Sword of Justice and Knife Juggler. That will give us 1 mana crystal left. It's kind of nice to play cards with a Knife Juggler in the same turn because, well, it's a prime target. Okay, well, he's going to True Silver Champion. And reinforce.
Reporting for duty.
Let's see what our card here is first. That'll kind of dictate. It's a Sunwalker. Well, I want to use a Sword of Justice for the Knife Juggler and the Sunwalker, so why don't we play that first? Just not enough mana to do both. We'll use 1 on a reinforcement. Although I probably should remove him, he can buff him up. I'm going to just bypass him and push 8 in. And pass the turn. Now our next turn is probably going to be the Sunwalker because we're going to lose our taunt here most likely. And the Knife Juggler is just going to have to wait. Yeah, we're definitely going to need our taunt up. We're going to take out our Defender of Argus. Yeah, take 2 damage. Okay, he's down to 8, so we are sitting pretty good. Although that's 6 damage. 7. Oh boy, we could almost do it right now. Almost have fatal damage, but we don't. So let's be patient about this. Did it? Yeah. We're gonna have to get rid of that. We don't want to have any extra buffs on the board. Well, without a taunt, we have kill. Oh, he has land hands as well. Well played. Okay. It's a good card. We're going to have to work a little harder now. Well, we could face this Manipulator, our own Sunwalker. That actually I think will be... Ooh, you know, I don't have enough. It would be great to do a Blessing of Kings. It's just not going to work. We will save that Blessing of Kings. We'll throw out our Knife Juggler. Hooray! We will throw out our Faceless Manipulator, become a copy of this, and I believe he's going to become a 6/7. And then we will take the risk of 5 hero damage. I think I can get Fatal next turn. I don't think he's going to be able to push through that taunt wall. And I've got a Blessing of Kings. I mean, our failsafe is, of course, the land hands if we start taking a lot of damage and this doesn't work out, but I'm feeling pretty confident I'll be able to push through Fatal damage this turn. Takes out the Divine Shield. He's going to use a Blessing of Kings. I'm sorry, sir, without a taunt, it won't help. Yeah, that's a... Well played. I will push damage through, and that's the win. Well, I hope you enjoyed the deck, everybody. I will post the whole deck list, and like I said, the forum post and the deck builder in the comments below. If you'd like to see more of this deck, please let me know. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.